Traffic Commission, can we have a call of the roll?
Okay, Sergeant Shinnick?
Yep.
Mr. Rowe?
Yep.
Mr. Stillion?
Yep.
Mr. Hall?
Here.
Did everybody read the minutes from the last meeting? What's the
I
wishes
make a
of the
motion to
board?
accept.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the minutes from the last meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That's a vote. All right, public hearings. We did preamble, emergency preamble on A, B, D, and E. What are the wishes of the board?
I'd like to take A, B, and D together. And E. We still have to have the public hearing, but we can do it all in one.
Yep.
Okay, do you want me to,
Second.
do you want me to read them?
Second.
Do you want me to read them?
You
For
can,
the
yeah.
record? Okay, 8:15, establish no parking at the curbing located between the driveway at 10 Oneida Street and the driveway on the Oneida Street side of 27 New Ocean Street. 8:17, rescind parking in front of 776 Weston Avenue and establish no parking on Weston Avenue from the intersection of Walden Street to the intersection of Edwards Court. 8:18, establish 1 hour parking in front of...
8:18 when I,
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry,
not
I'm
eight,
sorry,
yeah.
8:19, I'm sorry. 8:19, establish stop signs at the following intersections: on Atkins Street at the intersection of Walnut Street, on Canomo Ave at the intersection of Magnolia Street, on Magnolia Avenue at the intersection of Euclid Ave, on Mayfair Street at the intersection of Broadway. And 8:12, establish no parking on the odd side of Varney Terrace.
All right. I'll open the public hearing for...
No. Take it off the table, didn't we? Didn't, oh, no, I'm sorry.
No,
It's been a long time since we've
Yeah,
been here.
Open the
it's a
public
public hearing. Anyone who wants to speak in favor of any of these four?
I'll speak in favor of number D, the number 819, the stop signs. So these 4 locations are signs where, when we went to repaint the lines on the streets, there was an existing stop bar, but no stop sign.
But no
to,
sign.
Yeah, so we're gonna put the signs up to, for the belt and suspenders approach.
All right. Anyone else to speak in favor? Is there anyone else to speak in favor? Seeing none, that portion of the hearing, speak in favor is closed. Anyone here to speak in opposition? Is anyone here to speak in opposition? Is anyone here to speak in opposition? Seeing none, I'll close that part of the hearing. What are the wishes of the board?
Motion approved?
yep, I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve those 4 items.
815,
8:17, 8:19, and 8:12. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Seeing none, it's a vote. I will now open the public hearing for number 18. Establish 1 hour parking in front of 322, 324, and 328A Broadway. Is anyone here to speak in favor? Step up, say your name.
Thomas Dill, 38 Mary Allen Drive. I'm a business owner at 328. We're looking for 328 and 322. 324 is a crosswalk. We're not looking to change anything there.
Look at 2 spots, correct?
2 spots, correct. When I opened my business there 11 years ago, there was 1 hour parking. When they did the, just out front there, when they did the reconfiguration of squares, when they put new signs up, it went to 15 minutes parking. So I just want it back to what it's been for the last 11 years. And not only that, there is a like business within 50 yards of me that has 1 hour parking out front. And I prefer and would, it's in my business best interest to have 1 hour parking. And also Kennison's Barber Shop, it's in his best interest to have 1 hour parking. He's just busy, can't get here right now. So I put a letter in for him. So I'm in favor of 1 hour parking in front of 328 and 322, as it has been for the last 11 years. I don't know if there's anything else. Anyone, any questions anyone would like to ask me?
No, I want to clarify the motion though for when we go to put the signs up. So it's 1 spot from the crosswalk in front of 324 northerly, and 1 spot from the, one spot adjacent to the traffic control cabinet at
Right.
328A.
I think you just need one sign where the barber shop is, and that would cover from there to the traffic box, I would think. And then from behind that, there's a 15-minute. That would just take care of that. Right?
I'm not quite sure, we're gonna have to figure out how to make it clear, because right now, it's not really clear.
Yeah, let's finish the
right.
public hearing and then we'll try to clarify.
All right.
Okay. Any questions for me?
Hmm?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to speak in favor? Anyone else to speak in favor? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the hearing. Is there anyone to speak in opposition? Anyone to speak in opposition? Is there anyone to speak in opposition? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the hearing. What are the wishes of the board?
Motion approved.
Second.
With
You
my,
want-
with my clarifications.
What language are you looking for?
One spot, a one hour spot in front of 328A adjacent to the traffic control cabinet. And one hour spot from the crosswalk in front of 324 Broadway northerly, one spot.
And you'll relay that to the sign guy?
I'm hoping it'll be spelled out in the order, but I will, but I'm,
You might want to show him.
oh yeah, I will, but it helps that the ordinance reflects exactly what we're after. So 5 years from now, when, you know, whatever happens out there, this is the ordinance, this is how it reads, and it's all,
That's what it was.
yeah, buttoned up tight.
You just have to replace the one sign that's there in the end.
All right.
Great.
Can you read that motion back?
No.
I can help you with that.
It's just, you know the two spots that you're
You
talking
can
about.
confirm with
okay?
Mary
You can
and
confirm
make sure that
after
One
that.
spot in front of 328A adjacent to the traffic control panel and one in front of 324.
322.
Northerly.
Andy said 324.
It's
Is it
either
320?
or, they're right next to each other.
Are they?
322, all right, I'll put
So from the
222.
crosswalk in front of 324 northerly.
In front of the crosswalk, northerly, right.
One
All
spot.
right. Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Seeing none, it's a vote.
That's been approved,
There you
right?
go, yeah.
Yes.
Any guesstimate time, just curiosity?
Within 11 years.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Good night.
Consideration and your time.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Does everybody have, Bob, you have this, don't you?
Yeah, I brought.
Andy, you have one. Does anyone need,
I have one that I printed out and I have one that Bob gave me.
oh, those are new, the new ones that he have, yeah, they're not on.
Yeah, no, I have that.
Got it.
I think you would have these back.
Can I bring, do you wanna go through order, or how does it all work?
Well, let's see.
Mr. Chairman, what do you want to do?
We'll go through
We'll just go from
the,
order.
New business?
the new business.
Confuse things.
Number 820, establish a one-way on Caldwell Crescent from Mariana Street to Chatham Street, and do not enter on Caldwell Crescent at the intersection of Chatham Street.
Okay, and I have this, those signs have been up for a very long time, and I
This
guess
is an
There was
ordinance.
there was never any ordinance
there was
for it.
never an
so-
ordinance for it.
All right, motion set down.
So
How
I
can we just put up
have,
the signs?
They're up already.
I mean,
They're already up.
yeah, they're up because it was an emergency, like somebody could have got killed
Yeah.
down there, so. They
So we just
are,
gotta set
but
up
you
a public
need, you
hearing.
need to legalize the ordinance.
Motion for a public hearing
Second.
for 8:20?
Motion made and seconded to have a public hearing on number 820. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Any opposed? That passes. 821, no parking here to corner signs and/or striping on the street 20 feet from the curb in both directions on Lynn Shore Drive and Kings Beach Road. A right arrow painted in the street for right-hand traffic to take a right on the Lynn Shore Drive from Kings Beach Road, and a left arrow painted in the street on the far left-hand corner of Kings Beach Road.
Lynn Shore Drive is under the control of DCR. We can't paint nor put up signs on Lynn Shore Drive. There already exists no parking either side on Kings Beach Road. The proponent of this is asking for some road marks painted on the road. I think we can do that without an ordinance.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
It looks like are they just trying to make 2 lanes so that one side can go left and one can go right? Is that all?
Yeah, it's,
They can never get out.
yeah.
I mean, I have a letter here from Mr. Dorgan. And they just have a problem getting out of the street, especially in the summer.
I don't know if this will help, but
Like I said, the signs exist now for no parking on either side of Kings Beach Road.
From the
And
curb.
he wants a center line with a left arrow and a right arrow.
So
So
we
if
can
someone's.
just refer that to the DPW?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be referred to DPW, yeah.
you're
And
gonna make
then,
them a
how do
motion?
we, I mean, he's,
Make your motion to refer it to DPW, let Andy handle it. I'll second that.
And
All in
they
favor?
also had a request for the, no parking here to corner.
That's what it's up, right?
they're up, yeah.
Great.
All right.
They were up when he wrote the letter too. I'm not quite sure what.
Laying it on thick.
All right, motion made and seconded to refer it to the DPW. All those in favor?
All right,
Anyone opposed? That's a
Just
vote
need-
referred. Number 822 Central Ave, no parking on Central Ave from the driveway next to the Eclipse to the bakery before the parking lot on Hawthorne.
Make a motion to deny this one. It's a kind of sketchy spot out there, but if we have no parking in front of the newsstand, it's a death sentence for his business.
but you're also crossing the yellow line, is the problem.
Also, if I could just say something from working in the parking department several years ago, when they did that Washington Street section, it was the state that wanted no parking in that area. I don't know how they got parking, but the city did go in and cut into the sidewalk and put all those 15-minute spaces there.
Further.
That's
Yeah,
further
in front
up.
of the- in
That's
front of the
not-
parking
north,
lot.
if you
Do we have correspondence from anybody?
Yes, I do. I have a letter here, a petition to the Traffic Commission to add no parking signs on Central Avenue from the driveway next to Eclipse to the bakery before the Aganis lot. I think, yeah, Aganis lot. Across from the elderly apartment building known as 47 Central Ave to 48 Washington Ave. 9 signatures, and this was given to me from Councilor Chakutis, and I had Mary Gokas help research some old ordinances, and back in 2000, well, I go back to 1996, there was 15-minute parking in front of Central Ave, and then 15-minute parking in front of 53 Central Ave. That was in 98. Then rescind 1-hour parking at 53 Central Ave, rescind 15-minute parking in front of Central Ave, and that was in October of 2004, and that may have been when the Washington project was in. I honestly don't remember the date.
I believe it was. No,
But,
What if we put it down for a public hearing and,
The counselor told me that she had a neighborhood meeting, and that they were very upset about the parking there because they felt somebody was gonna get killed the way the cars had to keep going out and around.
This is like 3 spots, right? The
Right,
bakery,
McCall's.
Cal's,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that
Which
old
is-
bar, or whatever that was.
Yeah.
It's now
Which
called
is-
The
Eclipse.
Eclipse.
Yeah,
That's-
447
okay.
Central
but you
Ave.
gotta cross the yellow
Was.
line's the problem, that's what they're upset about downtown. You gotta cross the yellow line to go by those cars, and cars coming the other way.
Yeah,
It's-
I know what you mean.
It is a nightmare,
Around.
traffic
I'll make,
wise.
I know you got your motion, unless somebody seconds, I'll make a motion to put it for a public hearing. So we have 2 motions.
Yeah, well, we'll deal with the first one. First motion is to deny. Is there a second on that?
I'm gonna go with the public hearing. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Motion to have a public hearing. There's
I
a
make a
second on
motion.
I'll
that?
second that one.
Motion made and seconded to put it for a public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes, yes.
I don't have to vote for it, do I?
You don't have to, no.
Are you voting?
I'm not in favor.
Then you have.
Karen has to vote. You either go with us or against us.
The quorum.
Uh, What happens if it's a tie? Because
Then it's a no vote because you
Yeah.
have a quorum, you have to have 3.
I will deny.
So that's a, what do you call that, a stalemate or a?
Well, you have to have 3 votes,
Yeah, so it would be
so
no action taken.
No action.
take.
So they can resubmit if they want, or
All right, we'll move on to number 823, establish a one-way on Tracy Ave from Weston Ave to Goodrich Street.
Weston Ave to Goodrich Street. So that's a, okay.
Okay, one way from Weston to Goodrich, and we have a petition from the neighbors, and every one of them lives on Tracy Avenue. 28 signatures, and they are requesting a one-way from Western Avenue to Goodrich on Tracy Ave.
May I, before we do anything, can I just check the, check my map here really quick?
It's between Graves and Utah, that section.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the address of these I mean, they could live on Tracy Ave, but down on the other side.
Down the other end.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it looks like that section of Tracy, we're talking from Goodrich to Western, is
Well,
from,
and 824 is part of Tracy Ave too.
I have from
Yeah,
136, it looks to 169.
okay, anything higher than 120, say, is that stretch of roadway.
Okay. They're all over
actually-
120.
No, I take that back.
183.
Low, from 180 to 120 to 180 is about the block.
Okay.
Does that look like?
Yeah, these
Well
are
represented fairly?
143 to 183.
Yeah, so they're all
All
in
in
that
that street.
section. It sounds
Make a
like.
motion to set it down for public hearing.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to set down for a public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, sit down for a public
Now,
hearing.
I have a question, that's a fairly big one. How do we announce it in the newspaper and the website, and how do we, I hate to see us go through all the steps and then.
Yeah. Well,
The other half of the street
it'll be
goes to Zurich.
advertised. It'll be advertised in the newspaper.
Do you want
For
to
the
send
next
the whole
agenda.
street a letter just to be safe?
The council would have to, I would.
Is that
give, but-
the giant pain in the neck?
I think we have the city clerks, they can give us the addresses, I don't know.
No, I'm just
We've
curious.
never done it before.
I'm
though.
just curious.
Well, you could refer it to the counselor for his input also.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, why don't we make a motion? Why don't we hold it over for the next one,
You
talk to
can
the
do,
council?
you can do both. I can send them out a letter.
No, I
and
mean,
you
no,
can
public hearing, I
advertise.
think, a public hearing is necessary, but
But notify the the ward
Notify,
councilor.
that's built your heart in that area, right?
Yes.
That might be a
Hmm.
issue. He's unwell, I believe. He developed a heart attack?
Yes,
Oh, you did?
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
goodness, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
he's recovering now, he's in Boston, but maybe send it to the counselor at Lodges.
Yeah,
Or the council
I'll
office.
get it to Terry. She'll know
Terry,
what
I was
to
gonna
do
say,
with
and
it.
she'll,
She'll know what
I
to
just
do.
don't want anyone to be blindsided by
Mhm.
that, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
number 824, establish resident parking on Tracy Ave from Weston Ave to Goodrich, so that's that same
Same thing.
section.
Stretch,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep, same,
I make a motion to,
have even more signatures on this one, about 43 signatures on this one, and all the same addresses.
I'll make a motion to set it down for public hearing.
Counselor also?
Yep.
There a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded and set down for public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It will be set down for public hearing.
Okay,
And you can let the council know on that one too at the same time. so.
absolutely.
All right, number 825, establish resident parking on Lewis Street from Ocean Circle to Burrell Ave from 8 PM to 6 AM, and a 2-hour parking from 6 AM to 8 PM.
This is down by Christopher's Cafe, I guess.
So, this came from Council Seer, and I got this little map with it also if you want to.
The old Stone's Bakery, right in that area.
Yeah,
Is it
but
where
it's,
the new
but
restaurant
it's,
is that? I don't know. You went out, Chris. Did you go out and see that, look at that?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know where that restaurant was on the corner there?
Mil-
Yeah, the bakery.
Yeah, it's from
Yeah,
there all the way to
actually, it's breakfast.
Solomini's. But there's other businesses.
Yeah.
So
that's-
Giovanni's is there.
Giovanni's and the other
convenience
store next
store is
door.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how you,
But it's, so he's got 2-hour parking during the day and
and resident parking overnight.
but the
But what
pizza
happens to
place
the pizza?
Yeah.
is open past 8 PM.
Yep,
And, I don't know about the
the
variety
convenience store
convenience
probably
store.
is too.
Yeah, so. Is there a letter with this, you said?
Yeah, from Council. Who's in favor? Dear Chairman Coppinger, would you kindly set down a public hearing for a traffic ordinance establishing resident parking on Lewis Street from Ocean Circle to Borough Ave, both sides, 2-hour parking from 6 AM to 8 PM, and the resident parking from 8 PM to 6 AM. Thank you in advance for your assistance in this matter. Darren P. Seer, Council Ward 3.
Yeah, I would think there's a problem with the 8 PM, because like you said, I think
Yeah,
those
it's still
businesses
open.
are open
Right.
later than that.
And that is exactly where they park to
Mhm.
go in and pick up food and such.
What are the wishes of the board? Table it, or?
Yeah, motion to table.
All right, motion made to table, made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. All those opposed? All right, that is tabled. All right, number 826, establish a stop for all Summer Street westbound traffic at Burn Street.
Okay.
So this came from my hand.
Yeah.
This is, so there's already a
Stop sign on one side, but not
yeah,
the other.
yeah, so the ordinance was from October 21st, 2008, and it's a stop sign on Summer at the intersection of Burns. This is the way the existing ordinance reads. A stop sign on Summer Street at the intersection of Burns Street westbound for travel turning onto River or Burns Street. So I'm implying, and I think everybody else implies, that if you want to bear right and continue on Summer Street, you don't have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's really tricky to convey to motorists through signage.
Yeah.
And so that's not a good situation. It's dangerous down there. I'd like to propose everybody stop on Summer Street at Burns.
I make a motion for public hearing.
Motion made for a public hearing,
Second
and
that.
second.
Yeah.
Motion made and seconded to have it for a public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And there is a
All
letter from
opposed?
Council Walsh in favor of that also.
All right. That passes, we'll have a public hearing on that. All right.
We have 827 and 828, you may want to put them together. Council Lozey sent both of them in. He would like a stop sign on Cleveland at the intersection of Maple and a stop sign on Tucker at the intersection of Maple. And he said, I would like to request your honorable body set down a public hearing for traffic regulation for a stop sign on the corner of Cleveland and Maple and Tucker and Maple. Please see attached email from one of his constituents. I agree with Mr. O'Neill that a safety issue currently exists at this location. Any assistance you can provide in posting the stop signs as requested would be greatly appreciated. Sincerely, Wayne A. Losey, Council Ward 1.
These fall into a similar situation to the ones we talked about.
The other
Mayfair.
four.
Yeah, the roads actually have the stop bar painted on them, but no stop sign.
I
And
make a motion.
if you were on those roads, you would want to stop
Yeah.
at both
Stop
those
anyway.
intersections. Yeah.
I make a motion.
For a public hearing,
Public
second.
hearing. All right, motion made and seconded to have a public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, it'll be set down for a public hearing.
And now we have a couple more.
Mary, do you need the old ordinance for the summer at Burns for your,
Yeah, put it in the file, that would be great.
I'm gonna, I have it, pardon my scribbling on there.
No problem.
All right, under old business, the only, or is there any other new business
I think she's got-
before we go to old business?
No, it was just, I got that one request from Mr. Tenney and from True Value about the second 15-minute sign.
Okay.
But there is an ordinance already, so I didn't think that it should, but I'd like to get back to him to let him know what you're gonna, so do you wanna just go out and look at it and then just email me or give me a call?
I went out and looked at it today, we can put a sign up.
Oh, good. Great, I'll let him know. And that's all.
And what about Astor and,
Yeah, the new stuff you had?
yeah,
Okay, which one? 829. Okay, number 829, dear Mr. Coppinger. It has been requested that resident parking be established on South Common from Commercial Street to South Street, beginning after CVS, which would include both sides. It is also requested to establish resident parking on South Elm Street from South Common to Market Square, both sides. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. Respectfully, Robert J. Stillian, Acting Parking Director.
that was requested by some of the people in the area. I guess there's over 100 units there with very minimal parking. And what's happening is people from all over are parking there. They're getting people from the courts, us court, Mel Street, from the businesses, everybody's just clogging them in. One side's a cemetery, one side is housing.
Right. So you're talking about both areas?
Yeah.
South and then North Common?
Yeah, it's one
That
little intersect.
Right around the Hall Company's buildings, both
Yes.
sides. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bob, I'm just looking at my map here.
Yep.
South Common.
I got CVS here, and I'm further.
It's going the other way,
towards
yeah.
Saugus.
Down more.
Okay.
South Elm by the cemetery.
All right, Western Burial Ground on one side of the street.
Yep.
And so it's the block from South to Elm, or from CVS to?
CVS to
Yep.
south,
Yeah.
basically.
And then
CVS to South, okay.
Then here, this little section. Elm Street already is resident parking. For some reason, that section isn't.
I'll make a motion to set down for a public hearing.
No.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded to set it down for a public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That's a vote, set it down for public hearing.
This will be number 830.
8:30.
That was 829, that one?
Yep.
That was 829. Petition for resident parking, Lower Gardner Street, 600 block of Boston Street, Upper Ashland Street, Lower Laurel Streets. Zoned R4 per city zoning map, residential apartment house district. We, the residential property owners of the above stated streets, are requesting residential parking to be granted per Lynn zoning commitment. As defined in the ordinance, the purpose of Lynn zoning ordinance plan is to promote the health, safety, morals, convenience, and general welfare of its inhabitants, to lessen the danger from fire, congestion, and confusion, and to improve and beautify the city pursuant to the provisions of the Mass General laws. The ordinance specifies the regulations regarding the use, height, area, construction, repair, and alterations of buildings or structures, and the use of premises in the city of Lynn. Parking of non-residential vehicles has become a growing congestion of vehicles. Both residents and small business owners can no longer find viable parking at their place of residency. Driveway access is being impeded by homeowner occupants on a regular basis. Fire hydrants are being blocked, handicapped accessibility is being ignored. Residents of Ashland Gardner are also requesting a do not block intersection sign be placed on Ashland, Boston, and Gardner, Boston Street, as it causes a traffic hazard for the residents going to and coming from Boston Street to their residential location. Per city ordinance 17.44.010. A, in all districts, there shall be provided and maintained improved off-street parking spaces with the erection, establishment, or increase by units of dimension of structure and uses. B, buildings and structures in existence on the effective date of this section are not subject to these parking requirements, but any future buildings and uses or enlargement of existing buildings or uses hereafter established shall provide parking facilities as required in this section. C, where the computation of required parking spaces result in a fractional number, only a fraction of 1/2 or more shall be counted as one. E, off-street parking facilities shall be provided as follows. Place of assembly, 1 space for every 3 seats therein. Residence, for all residential dwelling units in the city, there shall be provided and maintained 1 off-street parking space, except in the case of elderly housing as defined in section 17.04.020 definitions. Multifamily homes would provide for their tenants one off-street maintained parking spot. And we have
So-
There's
If it's
a lot
already,
of,
if it's already an ordinance, then
let's say, there's a
Do
lot
they
of
need-
stuff on here that
Why
doesn't
don't
even
we-
fall under
Do they
the
need further-
traffic commission
Yeah.
anyway.
Shall we let it go to the councilor first, and then we can address it maybe next month after his input?
This is
Or-
Council Walsh's.
Would, yep.
Yeah,
I'm confused as to what they want. They want,
This just came to my office probably 10 minutes before the meeting, and I was asked to bring it to the meeting. I believe they were looking for resident parking on Astor, but now it looks,
it looks like there's a bunch of stuff.
Stuff
that-
in here.
Some of it isn't the traffic commission, some of it.
so maybe we want to send it to the council, and then we can look at it next month after he's,
For his input.
Yeah,
I think they just want resident parking, Boston Street, Laurel, Ashland, and whatever the Gardner, on 3. I don't know how far down,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe with this big of a block, we might want to talk to the council.
that sounds like a good idea.
So I make a motion to send to the councilor?
I'll second that motion.
motion made and seconded to refer to the counselor of that ward for his input. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Seeing none, it's a vote. We'll send it to the ward counselor, get his input. Just as a side, I mean, a do not block intersection sign doesn't have to have any type of ordinance or anything, right?
No.
They-
No, that's usually referred to,
Yeah,
DPW.
so, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on there that's different, but. All right, seeing no more new business, we'll go to old business. I believe we're waiting for information still on A, B, C, and E. So the only thing that, if the board wants to, we could take a look at number 814, Sachem Terrace, establish no parking on trash day or on one side of the street.
Okay, that was tabled at the last meeting.
where are we now? I'm sorry. I'm-
Oh, it was tabled, yeah.
Yeah.
Sachem.
814.
Old business.
Which street's paper?
814, do you want me to read what came in on
You got a
that?
copy of that, Mary, for,
Sorry.
he didn't get that page, Andy didn't get that page. Oh, okay, you're not supposed to get that page.
Next
sorry.
page.
Yeah, that, just look at
It's
814. Sir, I think you went down there. I may have went down.
It's actually on the big sheets, 814.
I mean, all these are tabled, I assume. We're still waiting for information on the other ones.
You wanna leave it on the table?
Yeah, truthfully, I haven't researched this
We'll
one.
just
Just
we'll
leave it on the
that
table.
table too, then.
Okay,
All right.
so we won't even.
No parking on trash day.
I'd say somebody from
I'll
DPW.
read,
would
I'll
be
read
for
this
that.
just to refresh your memory. Let's see. This came from, actually, the DPW referred it to us. I spoke with this homeowner this morning. She's thinking that computers or college students are parking on Sachem Terrace on both sides of the street and causing issues for the trash truck and residents who live there. She said the 6 houses on this street have driveways and most of them park there. I suggested maybe the traffic commission could help by looking into one-sided parking or resident-only parking. Can you contact her to discuss? And that's what it was, and her name is, she had sent an email to the DPW. You missed our whole street again. You need to come tomorrow or there will be garbage all over the street and rats. I will call in the morning, but not sure why you keep missing the street. And I guess Cheryl had explained to me that the trash truck couldn't get up the street when the cars were parked on both sides, that they couldn't make it up the street.
Well, we'll leave it on the table till next month.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, the same would
We got
apply to a
big
fire
agenda
truck.
anyhow.
Yeah.
We
Next month.
have bigger problems.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, seeing no other business, how about, when will the next
The
meeting be?
next meeting will be October 18th.
October 18th. All right.
Take this and move it to October.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
Second that?
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? It's a vote.